What's going on, family? I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I've been, of course, I've been working and been very busy doing other stuff outside of making videos. So sometimes I just get caught up and I'm so busy doing other stuff that sometimes, how it is. Time just goes by so fast. Then I realized I was like, hey man, I ain't put up a video in quite a while. So this is just gonna be a very impromptu video. It's not organized. I don't have a script and things like that. So I just want to get my thoughts out there about the current events that are going on in the world. Of course, if you keep up with my channel, I put up a video either last month, I believe, or it could be last month or 2 months ago, I believe. It was talking about what I expected was going to happen in 2020, and when I put up that video, this was before the riots, before the George Floyd situation, before the riots, and I said in that video that get ready because 2020 just started and we ain't seen nothing yet. And it appears that my prediction was correct when I said that. So, so before I get to the news, I just show you my WordPress page. You can find me on WordPress, and you can find my blogs on here. And I write blogs on different topics, dealing with sometimes politics, a lot of times I deal with philosophy. I put my poetry on there, things of that nature. So when you get a chance, I'll leave the link below. You just click on there and check it out when you get time. And I've just scrolling through the news. Of course, times are chaotic. Look on CNN, Fox News, CBS, ABC, what have you. The main story is the Kung Flu bug, as I like to call it, and you also have the George Floyd protests going on as we speak. All the chaos going on in the world. I'm not gonna go into detail about my personal thoughts and beliefs of the whole situation because it is really fall in line with the leftist narrative, and a lot of times it doesn't really fall into the right narrative neither. But all I got to say is that what happened to George Floyd was wrong. Of course, the police officer. I forgot the police officer's name, but he shouldn't have done what he did to brother George Floyd. You know, and it's very horrible. Everybody agrees it was wrong. And but my personal opinion about the riots and the protests. Okay, first of all, we have free speech in America, right? You got the First Amendment. So there's nothing. I have nothing. I mean, me personally, if people want to protest and march, that's their right. That's their prerogative. I mean, they have the right to march, express their opinion or what have you. Nothing wrong with that. But when it comes down to the rioting, damaging of property, um, you know, the violence, the shattering of windows, and all this kind of stuff. That's not productive, in my opinion. It just makes the situation worse when you do that. When you damage your property, when you're setting stuff on fire, throwing bricks. That's not the way you go about it. Peaceful protest, yes, you can have a peaceful protest, but what is becoming is not productive. And of course, we have Antifa who co-opted the situation and made it worse. And I always point out that there's a lot of people take this opportunity to push their agenda. Of course, we know that George Soros funds Antifa. Of course, we know that this is a psyop. The whole I don't know about the actual George Floyd situation. I heard like a lot of people put their theory out there that it was, I want, I don't want to say the word hoax, but I heard a lot of people say that the whole situation was. I don't know if they mean that it was staged, but I don't think it was staged. I think George Floyd was actually murdered by the police officer. But I think what happened was the media and the leftists in the New World Order, George Soros and all these people, they took the opportunity to use the situation to create chaos. And of course, we all know about the Hegelian dialectic, where they create a situation where like they create chaos, the riots and looting, and it makes the people who run things create more laws, which creates more control of the people. It's called problem, reaction, solution. So that's pretty much what's going on. Because everybody's emotions so riled up all the time, and that's a problem with people, especially black people. They run on their emotions and don't really take the time to analyze things and look, step back and see what's really going on. And you have like a lot of people on social media that justifying the rioting and the looting, and they're going to show you that they have no concept of private property. They have no concept of how economics works and things of that nature. Because if you're showing private property, that's you're violating other people's um, I don't want to say the word sovereignty, but it's kind of like a libertarian idea. Like it's kind of like when somebody breaks into your house, you have the right to shoot them. Plain and simple. So somebody like try to steal your private property, it's within your constitutional right to defend yourself and defend your property. So the whole idea of them, rioting or looting and
Police
stuff
Officer
like that
Derek
is
Chauvin with
it's not right, you know, and of course you got a lot of pro blacks. They justify it. They'll say like, well, the white man stole his land and blah blah blah. They looted Africa and Native Americans, so we have the right to burn their shit down. And I'm like, all right, come on, guys. I got understand the angle where they're coming from, but that's not practical. You know what I'm saying? Because and actually, as quiet as it's kept, a lot of the properties that are being damaged are black-owned properties because most of the rioting and looting is happening in the black communities or so-called minority communities. You don't really see a lot of rioting and looting in let's say the suburbs of the country, because the white folks over there, saying they armed. They got militias and ex-military NRA members and stuff like that. So they're not going to the white part of town. That's mostly happening like within urban areas where they're rioting and looting. So but that's just my opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just in a lot of people that have my opinion, they call us sellouts and coons and Uncle Toms. And I'm like, no, sometimes, this is 2020, guys. We had a black president before the present administration. You had the previous
murder in the second
administration,
degree
you had a black
for the
president
death of George
for two
Floyd. I
terms,
believe the evidence available to
so
us now supports the stronger charge
I'm
of
trying to
second
shut
degree
the
murder.
audio. But like I was saying, man, so if you talking about we live in a white supremacist country, why did they allow a president to have be in office for two terms? But right now I'm just rambling. I just like I said, I just want to get my opinion out there, express my opinion and everything. And what I do is when I get time, I might do another video on this topic. That's more organized. But like I said, this is like a very impromptu video. So I just want to get it out there. Just to add my 2 cents to the whole situation. You know, and but if anybody black watching this, don't trust Antifa. Don't trust the white liberals because they don't really have your back. A lot of them are agent provocateurs. a lot of it's a setup. They try to persuade black people to
murder.
riot.
We've
So be
consulted
careful
with each
about the
other,
white liberals
and we
out there.
agree.
Okay. All right, guys.
Second,
That's all I had to say for that.
today,
And peace
arrest
out.
warrants were issued for
Now how it go down, the way it come is so profound. Now let's see, how many horses in this merry-go-round? Is it me? What do we have to do to cope when things ain't easy? Cause the same things that hurt me be the same things that please me. I reach for the sun and I give thanks for a change season. Water, earth, wind, and fire, so many reasons to build